What is up, everybody? Hope everyone's had a great Christmas, and by the time you see this video, I hope you had a great and happy New Year. This will be our first video, so it's going to be kind of like a New Year's release of Wild Harvest Outdoors. I'm Jackson. You'll see a few more people on here, both my brothers and my cousin mostly, maybe my dad a time or two. So we're the Wild Harvest crew, I guess you could say. But today we're out here on the creek. It's just me, and we're going to try to catch some trout. There's a lot of wild trout in here, but there's also a few stalkers. This is kind of what I consider a hidden gem. You can probably hear the creek running right now, but it's kind of a hidden gem here in western North Carolina. It's in Silva. So just stick with us and we'll see what we can go get a hold of. Got hung up over there. Slid in behind some rocks. Nope, it's a stick. There's Jesse. You'll see him on the channel quite a bit. It's my brother, one of them. You'll see the other one on there too. His name is Jared. So you'll see both of them on there. We'd planned on starting earlier in the year and getting some deer hunting videos on here, but kind of fell through more or less. So this is kind of just the New Year release, like just of the channel. So just come out here to get some content and of course enjoy God's creation more than anything. Try to catch a couple fish. So y'all can expect deer hunting videos. Before deer hunting videos come, you'll see some turkey hunting videos for sure. That'll be on here. And hopefully before, which winter's just now setting in here, and y'all can see it's not cold this evening. There's one. Nice one. Oh man. Oh, that's a good one. I ain't seen it yet, really. I think it's a rainbow, but I'm not positive. Oh. Yeah, it's a rainbow. Oh, he popped off. Dang. Dang, that was a good one. Man. No, must have been on the top fly because he popped them both. Alright. So I lost that fish and I kind of had to step back and punt for a minute. So what I done, I told y'all I brought the wrong reel today. So what I done earlier was I just tied tippet on, essentially a new leader, but I just tied the tippet onto my leader and made it extremely long so I could use a small tippet. So what I done is I run back to the truck and grabbed a different reel, one that's for, like I was telling you with the fish pimp floats, it's just got a normal leader on it, not a Euro leader or anything, just a normal leader. So I went back and grabbed another reel so I could cut my line on up and try to catch this fish with a different fly. See if y'all can see it. It's a streamer. So this is a sculpin, is what it's called. So we're going to try that. Will it hit? I don't know, unlikely, because that's a big fish. It's like, they're hard to get a hold of. You definitely can, but it's a challenge, nonetheless. But we're going to try it. It's totally different. Streamer. I know my line's a little big, but I had to cut it high. So let's try this. Totally worth a shot. And the reason I went back and grabbed a different reel, because I bit the line off of this, the small tippet. So to avoid tying new tippet on, I just went back and grabbed the other reel. Sorry. This bank's extremely steep. But I just went back and grabbed another reel, so when I get done with this streamer, all I gotta do is take this reel off and put my other reel on. So let's see if there's a chance in the world that this fish might hit the streamer. Big browns love these streamers. I don't know if any of you guys fish with streamers. I don't know if any of you have ever fished with streamers. If you haven't, you should definitely try it sometime. Just definitely go and give it a try, because it is a blast catching one on a streamer. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe they catch tarpon on streamers. I'm sure, obviously a different streamer than what I'm using. They probably use articulated. What articulated is I'm sure you've all most likely seen a Rapala. So like one that's broke in the center, just gives it a ton of movement. So I got one chasing it. Oh, got him. That's a decent fish. Definitely not the big fish, but nonetheless, it's a fish on the streamer. So I'm gonna, he's not gonna come off most likely, but I'm gonna let him run if he wants to run, because I don't want to lose him. He's in that current. I don't know if y'all can see him, but when these fish get in this current, even with this guy, he's not huge, but when these fish get in this current, it increases their strength by a million, it feels like. Any fly fishers, you know what I mean. Rainbow, decent fish. Definitely not the one I lost, but a decent fish. Beautiful. Come over here so I can set my rod down, kind of stay out of the hole a little bit. get you guys a look at him. I don't have a tape or nothing, but he's a solid fish. Solid fish. Beautiful fish on the big olive green streamer. Oh yeah, just a gorgeous fish. The best part about catching them. Oh, awesome. What a fish. We've identified 3 different really solid fish that anybody would be happy to catch in this one little hole. And I mean, it is not a big hole at all. It's not huge at all. So that's just kind of why we've coined this little creek a hidden gem. Especially this time of year, you know. There is some dedicated fishermen, obviously, that'll get out and fish in the wintertime. But there's not a ton. So you can come up here this time of year and just wipe out these really solid fish. Have a blast doing it. And then in between the solid fish, you can hook into some nice little wilds. So why not do it? I'm getting into some shallow, ripply water. So I'm gonna cut you guys off and I'll pick you back up when we get down to the next spot. All right, so we just made our way back up. And what I wanted to do before I completely left this spot and commenced up, if I have time, it's getting pretty dark. It's really overcast, so it's getting dark a little sooner than what it actually should. But before I left this spot completely, I just had to try this hole one more time. I just had to try to catch that big one more time, or even a different fish, or the one I just lost a minute ago. Let's get up this bank. It's getting pretty dusky. That overcast is killer this evening. Oh, perfect. Awesome. All right, I'll catch you guys on up the road. All right, so we made it on up the creek just a ways. Not too far past the truck from where we got in at. We're going to try it at least these 2 to 3 last holes really quick because we're losing daylight fairly fast. And we just want to, I really want to go back down and talk to you guys for a minute about what I didn't exactly get to explain earlier about what's going to be on the channel. And I also want to do a verse of the week, verse of the day, verse of the week. Well, the reason I say verse of the week is because the plan is to post at least 1 video a week, maybe 2 at times, considering I can do some stuff through the week and get some footage. And then on Saturdays we'll be pre-fishing or fishing tournaments. But let's fish for a minute or 2 more, then we'll get back down to the truck and we'll wrap it up. 7X's, essentially just really small. I had one roll at it right there, but I'm kind of pulling at this the wrong way. I don't know how I'm going to get over there to pull at it the better way, so one rolled at it, one wants it, so they want it, they'll get it for sure. Don't burn me in the comments for wearing a bright white shirt. That was kind of a fumble on my end, so. But at least it's not bright and sunny today. how he got off. He wanted a little evening snack. So you guys noticed maybe or maybe not right there. There he is. Man, he keeps getting off. You guys noticed on both of those. I don't know if it was the same fish or a different fish, but I'm sure you guys noticed. I wouldn't strip him on those. I was pulling my rod, so that was a mistake on my end, because when I strip, that kind of sets my hook for me when one grabs it when I'm stripping. So there he is. Alrighty, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get up this bank, and then I'll pick y'all back up when I get to the truck, and we'll talk for a second. What is up, everybody? Sorry I couldn't get back with you for the outro up the creek. When I got back to the truck, it was pretty dark, and the camera wouldn't really film well, so I just waited till I got back down to the house and come out to our meat shed. So this is where we process our deer and fish and whatnot. So trout, I usually don't keep trout, but we do keep a ton of crappie and sometimes spotted bass. But nonetheless, thank you for watching at this point, and hope everybody really enjoyed it, even though it was only a one fish land episode. But y'all know how it goes. If you're a sportsman, you know how it goes. Sometimes you'll absolutely wear them out, and other times you won't. Not that it was a bad evening, because we had several hits, lost a couple fish, had a couple of chases, and then landed one. And it was just an evening trip. So that's how it goes, kind of. Before we finish up, I want to read a verse to y'all. Psalm 138, verse 7. Though I walk in the midst of dangers, you guard my life when my enemies rage. You stretch out your hand, your right hand saves me. So, really what I think about a lot when I read that, or think of that verse, is the song Battle Belongs. So, I think Phil Wickman maybe or something. I believe that's who sings it. But, so just essentially just turn everything over to the Lord and let Him guide you in what way He sees fit. Like this. This was kind of a guided thing in a way, and we're starting a men's Bible study on Tuesdays for anybody that would be interested. Me and my brothers are on Tuesday. On Tuesdays, it's starting the 11th of January at 7 p.m. at Buff Creek Baptist Church in the Fellowship Hall. So anybody that wants to come sit in and hang out. Let's talk about the Lord. But that's what I was saying. It's kind of just, that was guided, and this is kind of guided. And as much as we love the outdoors and catching fish and killing deer and turkeys and just harvesting all those animals, main purpose for doing this is to talk about God and spread the word. So hopefully we can do that through this, and also while we're documenting all of our adventures that we go through. But more so than anything, just share the word of God. So hope everybody enjoyed it, and just don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when we post them. Hopefully we can post one a week at least is our goal. So we should be able to do that nonetheless. But if you hit that notification bell, maybe you can get some if we do something in between those weekly ones, midweek. Like this video was filmed in an evening, but it's more or less I can do these earlier in the week or midweek and put them out. So just look out for those, and maybe y'all can get some tips from what we're catching them on and such. But nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Just catch you on the next one.